Let's take a long walk around the block. It's not after dark. It's the first day of the light. It's early morning and I'm going for my walk. Come on, y'all. Take a walk with me. Don't mind my singing. It ain't about me. Let's talk. Let's walk. Let's manifest. Let's do this thing, y'all. Good morning, kings and queens, my royal family. It is I, the Felicia, that everyone loves to say goodbye to. But we're not saying goodbye this morning, guys. We're saying hi, Felicia. That's right. Hi, Felicia. Not bye, because I am not going nowhere no time soon. I'm here to make my presence known. I am here to make some noise. I am here to do the damn thing. I am me, unapologetically, and that's the way it's gonna always be. So I'm on my morning walk per usual. You guys know this. There's my wall. And no, I did not build that wall. No pun intended. This morning I woke up and I was thinking about how I was feeling before I went to bed last night, and last night I was having some feelings of, I'm gonna say being a tad bit overwhelmed, but more unbalanced. And my morning message to you, kings and queens, this morning is about being unbalanced and overwhelmed, and how overwhelmed and unbalance can lead to depression, which is something, it's a silent killer. It's a thing that a lot of people don't want to talk about because it makes them feel like people are going to be judgmental and that they're going to be overwhelmed and unencouraged to speak their mind and, just be free to just express how they're truly feeling about being in that state of mind. Like, depression is real, and a lot of people, so my shirt first, my little brand Nappy Royals, a lot of people deal with depression silently, and it's truly unfair that they can't reach out to anyone, because it's a real stigma in the black community that you're not allowed to be depressed because you're supposed to be strong, because all of the things we have survived for many years with the oppression and just dealing with the drug epidemic and just dealing with police brutality and dealing with I'm not saying that no other race deals with that, but I'm speaking from my own perspective as a African American strong black queen. Like, when I went through my bout of feeling depressed when I was coming out of my marriage, or even when I was still in my marriage, I had no one to talk to because, again, I was afraid of being judged. Like, I didn't want nobody to know that I was overwhelmed and I was in a state of deep sadness, deep depression, misunderstanding, lost and unaware, and just not conscious to where I am right now in my life. I know this message is going to resonate with someone out there because they're dealing with depression and they're dealing with it silently. And sis, you don't have to deal with depression alone. I know it's overwhelming providing for these kids by yourself. It's overwhelming when you have to get up at the crack of dawn, get kids ready for school. You have to make sure your car is working properly. You got to make sure the kids are eating their breakfast. You have to make sure they're dressed properly so they don't go to school and people start teasing them and judging them and talking about what they have on, because kids are very cruel these days. I don't know what kind of parents they came from, but I've dealt with bullying and teasing from two of my kids, my youngest two kids, and even one of my older two kids, because kids just don't care. They have no filter. So they say what they want to say because that's just how they were raised. But process, I know it's overwhelming. I'm not perfect. I raised 4 kids solidarily, single-handedly. I was married for a couple of years, which I was in a relationship maybe 6 years, so I had very good help with my kids during that process of me being in a marriage that naturally didn't last. But I'm not in a state of depression about that. I'm okay. Like, but if he wasn't good to me, that wasn't matter. And to me, in that moment, that he wasn't the best husband because he was the best father to my children. So with that being said, I caught my wind. I caught my breath. I know mothers, y'all need to catch y'all breath because life can be overwhelming, and sometimes you just want a little bit of help, like somebody to say, hey, I know you work 7 days this week. Let me take the kids off your hand for tonight. Get you some rest, take you a hot bath, light you some candles, turn on some music, queen, and just nourish your body. Get back to a state of appreciation for yourself. But back to me, like when I went to bed last night, I was feeling very unbalanced, very overwhelmed. And the thing about being conscious is you actually know what you need to do to get back balanced. And in my circumstance, I know I'm unbalanced because I have new situations going on. Just being in a new environment and not having family and friends. Like I have one lady that's my friend at my job. Now Tori, she's my genuine friend. I love her to death. She loves me to death. We're cool. But outside of Tori, I don't have any friends here. I'm in a new relationship, so that's kind of overwhelming me, and just adjusting to me no longer being Felicia solo, but Felicia dependent, or Felicia trying to merge her life with someone else. Like, it's still pretty new still, so you know, it has its ebbs and it has its flows. But I mean, it's all about how bad do you want to adjust and how bad do you want to make something, you know, build something and make it work. So when I woke up this morning, I wasn't feeling overwhelmed anymore. I was feeling kind of detached and kind of unbalanced still. And so to kind of center myself, to find some balance and some peace within myself, because the turmoil and the it's not depression, but the mind is very funny, especially the subconscious mind opposed to the conscious mind. What you feed yourself is what you retain. And so if I'm at work yesterday, I'm not feeding myself anything that I need as far as my positive, motivational things that I need. I'm too busy listening to gossip and people talk about each other, and I'm an empath. So with being an empath, I absorb other people's emotions, their feelings. Even if I don't want to hear them talking about people, I still absorb it and I bring it home. So I'm unbalanced. I woke up this morning, I'm like, hey, I gotta fix this. So before I went to bed, I wrote in my journal. When I woke up this morning, I wrote in my journal because I started a new journal. When I start new chapters in my life, I start a new journal. So I started a new journal, and that gave me the first step of creating some type of balance in my morning. So what I want to share with you is my steps to find balance so I'm not so overwhelmed in life, and to find some type of clarity and some type of peace. So the first step for me is journaling or scripting. It's like your mind is overwhelmed with all these thoughts all at once. It's consuming you, and it's like festering all around in your head. And it's so much that it makes you feel overwhelmed. Now you get a notebook and you get a pen, and it doesn't have to make sense, but you write everything that's stuck in your head. I mean everything, every thought, everything. Write it down on paper. Just get it out your head. Once you write it down, that's going to relieve you from feeling so overwhelmed in your mind. Once you write it down, close that book. Now I'm going to ask you to go to another YouTube video for yourself and look up like either meditation to clear your mind, meditation to find balance, meditation to clear your chakras, starting with your crown chakra. You got to get that clear first so that your mind is clear. And once you spend time listening to one of those meditations, it might be a theta beat, it might be a binaural beat, it might be a 432 hertz, it could be a 632 hertz, it can be any one of those. And I know you probably like, what is she talking about? But if you Google it or YouTube 432 angel beat hertz, or just any type of meditation to clear your mind, you gotta pinpoint what I'm talking about. The Bible says, seek and you shall find. And if you seek it, guess what? You're gonna find it. So if you really want to get clarity and you want to clear your mind and you want to feel better about yourself, you're gonna have to do the work. You're gonna have to do the hard stuff. You're gonna have to do the stuff that you don't want to do to make yourself feel better, because you're not just gonna feel better because you're gonna say, oh, I'm gonna feel better. No, I script. That's my first step. My second step is I find meditation. My third step is I make me something hot, like a cup of coffee or a cup of green tea, and I sit down in my peaceful place, which could be my office, it could be my bedroom, it could be my front porch, and I enjoy that cup of tea or that cup of coffee with such intensity, like if it was the first cup of tea or the first cup of coffee I've ever had in my life. And the heat from the coffee and the tea relaxes me and my soul. So now I done cleared my crown chakra. Now I done wrote everything down. Now I done meditated and got a good vibration going in my immediate area, in my home. Now I have my hot cup of tea. Okay, so now I'm starting to feel balanced. Okay, this is what I need to do to feel balanced. And see, the thing with me, guys, is I do this every day, because you have to know that you're not fighting against people. You're fighting against spirits and principalities every day. So the attack is real. And when you're on the cusp of being happy, of course, negative energy, negative entities, whatever you want to call it, that, him, her, we, whatever, it's going to keep coming for you. And so you got to find peace of mind and clarity so that you're able to be shielded, so that you're able to repel and deflect all of the negative connotations and the negative energy that's coming from other people. So, with that being said, it's easy to feel like you're unbalanced, and it's easy to feel overwhelmed when you feel like you're doing it all by yourself. Most of the things that start with you feeling overwhelmed is financial things, like finances. Like if you're not making enough money, or your bank account is not reflecting what should be in your bank account, you have to really understand that the money is not gonna come just from you crying about it and whining about it and saying, I need some money. The money gonna come from true manifestation. You don't have to believe me, but I am a firm believer of manifesting, because when I moved here to to Las Vegas from North Carolina, I'm trying to tell y'all, I had, I had about maybe $3,000 in my bank account after I made it here. That was after I paid for my truck and the gas to move across country. I stayed with my two children, my youngest two children, in an Airbnb for 6 weeks. I thought I was gonna be able to manifest. Well, I wasn't that deep into manifestation then, because I wasn't at a place in my life where I felt like I was gonna be feeling like I was going through lack. I thought I had it all figured out on my own. And so it actually took me 3.5 months to get a place down here. And we lived in a hotel, a weekly hotel that cost $265 a week for almost 3 months. My family had to, my daughter, my mother, my sister, they helped me out tremendously, because I did not want to dip into my deposit for my house. I was like, man, if I touch this money, every reason that I moved out here to Las Vegas is gonna be over for me. I'm not gonna have anything to stand on. I'm not gonna have no stability. And me and my kids gonna end up in a shelter, and I'm gonna keep it a buck. I'm gonna keep it 100. I was already in the process of trying to get in a shelter. I was in the process of trying to get all kind of social services, like, because I didn't believe in myself or my ability to rise above my situation and to really make myself come into the manifestation of the things that I want, because I was talking a good game and I was talking about manifestation, but was I actually living it? Was I actually believing in it? Was I actually doing it? And the day I decided to truly give manifestation and scripting and all of these things a true try, I keep saying North Carolina because I just moved here from North Carolina. Good Lord. Anyway, in 6 months, I've manifested a 2,000 square foot house in a gated community. If I'm lying, I'm flying. This is the wall by my house. These are what the houses look like. Not only that, I have a brand new car. I have a new job. I have a new relationship. And these are all things that I manifested through praying about it. I was scripting about it. I was manifesting. I was listening to my meditation videos. I was believing on it. And I was just standing on the word. And this is what I need. This is what I need. This is what I want. This is what I'm going to have. But you got to believe in it. You do. You really have to believe in what it is that you want out of life. Because if you believe it, your subconscious mind will believe it. If you write it down and you read it, you make it tangible, you make it real. And when you write it down, you hold yourself accountable for it, because this is something that you have to see. You're reading it. So, I'm at the end of my walk, guys. This is my beautiful gated community that I was talking about. Manifestation does work. You should try it. I am about to get off of here because I didn't mean to make my video longer than 15 minutes, because YouTube is gonna make me cut it short. So with that being said, y'all, thank you for watching. Subscribe, hit the notification bell at the bottom so that you know when I post a new video. I hope this video was able to help somebody. And with that being said, peace from the royal family. It's Hi Felicia, and I'm out.